don't be talking sideways.
Right now, I do this for my rounds. Oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Models, it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just
Hello?
wanna be a boss.
Can you hear me?
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll be taken in the end zone. On the ground with their leading rusher from a season ago, it's Alex Collins. Space to maneuver at the 40. There goes Alex Collins. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Really?
Alex Collins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? But we saw exactly what happened there. A tone was definitely set by the offensive team.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
He's going to be a bitch. What is it for?
They run again on first down, Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the second round and got a really good one in Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Mayfield. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Second down, here's Jackson. Being chased out left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down. Here's a first down run with Collins. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. Credit the tackle to Navarro Bowman.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nick Boyle, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as he'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
That's where we'll put the true cock on.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Cleveland. 67 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Taco. Taco Charlton with a stop.
You out here. You're so white, aren't you?
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Good point, Andrew.
Mayfield now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. By Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Parker unable to get that one.
Nobody fought with him.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And shutting him off, now open field. He's at the 50.
Come on, quit on you, bitch.
30. The
You're going to be an asshole.
10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, 92 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Jeez, yes, play.
And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
That's when
and I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
Oh, you running.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back in one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
We do this, Bill.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll get this up over the 25 to 26. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Here's West. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
That's all I'm saying.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I'm going to quit. Fuck this. I'm not playing this shit anymore. Is this how you play? I'm done.
No. Check. Patriot.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Leopard!
On 2nd down, Collins. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. Here's Jackson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now Collins.
Look at you.
And some room to maneuver.
I'm done. I'm freaking done.
All the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins
We have a
on
check.
his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
You think you want to be a jerk?
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker able to connect on the extra point.
Go ahead
and
and
the
score
rout
your
is
100
on
points.
here in this first
I
half.
don't give a crap anymore. Go ahead and score you. Go ahead and score your 100 points. Go ahead and score 100. Go ahead. You won't be enough. Go ahead.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
There you go. There you go.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Check 41.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Play action. It's Jackson. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch of the game for Crabtree. It's a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go play action now. Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a give to Collins. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
They'll start the drive with Dixon. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A minute 59 to go in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Play fake. Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He'll look to set up his blockers. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Ravens taking the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Brian Body Calhoun.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to sack him for a loss of 6. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. So we have reached halftime. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how it...
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney!
2nd down, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Baker Mayfield, obviously the #1 pick overall. That was controversial, though. What ultimately made the Browns go in his way?
Well, post-draft, I did hear a Browns executive talk about the efficacy of Baker Mayfield. In other words, how people rally to him, how people respond to him. He talked about seeing him at a workout, how he showed up, yelled out to the other guys. They yelled back with the same response, ran right to him, and they were ready to start the workout. He said things like that and his talent tipped the balance in his favor to go #1.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run it with West. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, They've got to pay it off with some points.
On the ground, it's West again. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
This is West. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, so they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 30, past the 20, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Ty Montgomery, 88 yards, and the Ravens continue to pour it on. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down. Not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit. Because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mayfield to throw it. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
He's going to let this one go deep, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
On 3rd down, here's Dixon. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run again here with West. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, we're into the 2nd half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Mayfield. And it's caught by Parker. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 25. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to match.
You already won a game. Come on already.
He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They begin here with a run by Wentz. Oh, look at that. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Mayfield looks to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Mayfield forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. On first down, they go with Dixon. Got some room at the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. Here's Mayfield, dancing to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Browns on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. The first throw here for the backup Taylor. He's got his tight end, Njoku. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. On second down, Taylor's throw incomplete. The Browns on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be third and a mile. They go play action with Taylor. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. David Njoku was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
I know we're doing this game live, but let's step into the film room for just a second, because when they review this play, oh, the negatives are going to be incredible on this one. Rolling out to it.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Za'Darius Smith in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long. The pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Here's Jackson on third and long. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Denzel Ward. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the interception, here's Taylor. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. Flacco looking for his first toss. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The Ravens just 1 for 3 last year on 2-point conversion attempts, and they'll try one here. And it's caught for 2 points. Very interesting way to end this one. They add on a couple extra that they really didn't need. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points.